Welcome guys to my channel. This is Mitch here, Senior Real Estate Advisor located right here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And today's video is all about the inspection process, specifically in North Carolina, and what you need to know as a seller, but most importantly, all the things that are very important as you go through this step. So in North Carolina, guys, the first thing you're gonna do as a seller is complete what we call the North Carolina Property Disclosures Form. This is required and will be given to you by your agent, and what it is it's a series of questions that looks very similar to this, because this is actually one right here. And what it is you're going to go through and talk about the age, and disclose the age of the home, the age of the major systems, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, what type of pipes are in the property, also the sewer system, maybe there's a septic tank, what's the permit for the septic tank. And then also it will get into information about potentially an HOA if you have one. But these series of questions are very, very important. And what will happen is you will complete these to the best of your knowledge, sign and date this, and this form will be given to a potential buyer before they see your property and definitely before they make an offer. Now, you may be asking, well, Mitch, what if I don't know one of these questions? You can always select no representation. However, it's in your best interest to disclose everything about the property that you know, so that when you get to the inspection process, there isn't anything that's contradicting not only what was disclosed, but maybe what the inspector found. So all in all, guys, when you complete these forms as a seller, disclose everything to the best of your knowledge, sign it and date it. But again, this will be given to any potential buyer in North Carolina before they make an offer on your property. So your home is under contract, and now it's time for the inspection. Now, as a seller, you may be asking yourself, well, Mitch, who pays for the inspection? That's a great question. And in North Carolina, the buyer pays for the inspection. They will hire an independent, licensed North Carolina inspector, and they will schedule time at your property. Typically, I've seen between 2 and 3 hours to go through and inspect the home. Now, what are they looking for? Well, I can tell you they're gonna first check the major systems of your home. And what are those? Roof, HVAC, electrical, plumbing, foundations, and crawl spaces. Those are the major ones. But they're also gonna spend time going through other areas of your home. They're gonna check all the appliances and make sure they're working. They're gonna check the water pressure. They're gonna look for any cracks. They're gonna look for any doors that may not be working correctly. There's all kinds of things they're gonna review. Now, don't be like overwhelmed and say, my God, Mitch, are they gonna tear my house apart? Not really. This is an inspection to ensure that whatever you disclose was correct, but also there's no major defects wrong with the property. Now, they're gonna push forward a series of repairs, and that's common in North Carolina, but you'll get a chance to review those with your agent and decide which ones you wanna fix and which ones you don't. But this is the first step in the inspection process, where a licensed inspector on behalf of the buyer will come into your home and fully inspect the house. Once the buyer has the opportunity to review the report in its entirety, they will sit down with their agent and they will push forward what we call a DDRA. That stands for Due Diligence, Repair Request, and Agreement. This is the official form in North Carolina that is used to push forward any repairs that are going to be requested on behalf of the buyer to you, the seller. So what do we do with this information? Well, as a seller, you're going to take that DDRA and you're going to review it with your agent and decide what makes sense to repair and what doesn't. Now, you have a few options here. Number one, you could repair everything if you elect to. You could also decide to maybe give a credit at closing if there's any major things found, or maybe you just don't want to repair anything and spend any time. But you also, number three, could elect to not fix anything. I will remind you, in North Carolina, our real estate contracts are written as is, which means at the time a contract is executed, that home is being sold as is. So really, as a seller, you don't have obligations per the contract to repair anything. However, it's in your best interest to negotiate and show good faith to get the deal done if there are repairs that need to be made. So just keep in mind the DDRA will be the official form the buyer will push forward to you as a seller that will request whatever repairs that they're asking for. Once you agree with the buyer about what repairs you're gonna fix and what you're not, or maybe you're gonna offer credits, the next step would be to officially sign the DDRA on behalf of you, the seller, to communicate to the buyer that this is exactly what you're gonna do at the day of closing or before to make sure that all the repairs are done and completed. This is the final step in the inspection process because this is really showing legally that there has been an agreement between you, the seller, and the buyer of what is being requested. Now, typically this form will be signed by you and then of course given to your agent and communicated to the other side, and that will be put into the file and also provided to the closing attorney to ensure that the parties agreed on what repairs needed to be done or credits that will be given. So there you have it, guys. That is really the simple inspection process and how it works in North Carolina and how you need to respond as a seller. I hope this information was helpful. All my contact information is on the screen. If you have any questions, comments, etc., please reach out. I would love to help you. But again, thanks for tuning in, guys, and that's a wrap. You have yourself a great day.